Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo. We're family.
Another surprise!
Out of the blue,
You want that with fries?
out of the blue. Come with me across the sea on a barbecue. We're gonna cook for you.
Nothing but blue skies.
Out of the blue,
You want some chili with those fries?
out of the blue.
Hi and welcome to another episode of Out of the Blue. You know, over the years we've done more than 150 episodes and they're always by the sea. But today we are a long way from the sea and I want to show you something very special about one of our food staples, the humble spud. We're about 3 hours east of Adelaide in a region known as the Mallee, which is one of Australia's biggest potato growing areas. This is Zarella Fresh potatoes, and they grow and distribute tens of thousands of tonnes of potatoes each year. And also on today's show, a cinema in the bush, truffles, those mysterious delicacies that are hidden in the ground. Adam cooks a recipe that you'll want to try yourself. And George, well, he's back with Greek sweets. And I'm going to be cooking up some fresh noodles. But first I want to tell you about potatoes, or the spud. And we all grew up talking about meat, potatoes and 3 veg. You know, since then times have changed dramatically, but we still love our potatoes. Here at Zarella Fresh Potatoes, they grow 100,000 tonnes of potatoes each year. Some are sent off to be made into chips, while most of the crop goes to the fresh produce markets around Australia. They talk about just-in-time delivery for the manufacturing industry. Well, here's the equivalent with spuds. Now, Mark, I'm looking here and all I can see are dead, weedy-looking things and no spuds.
No, there's a potato under the soil here, Michael. Would you like me to dig some up for you?
You're serious?
Yep.
Let's have a look. So how long have they been like this?
They were planted in February.
Yep.
And they died off a month ago. And they'll last in the soil for another 2 months.
Okay, so these are dug up and taken off to be processed?
Yep. We dig roughly 150 tonne a day for our packing plant in Virginia. And we dig them in the afternoon or at night for freshness. And they're packed within 10 to 12 hours and shipped off to our customers around Australia every day.
Now, Mark, this looks a very handsome spud.
Yep. This is a Maranka. It's originally bred in Europe, and they're concentrating on their breeding technologies for taste and flavour and obviously mashing. It's a dual-purpose potato, but basically it's all bred for taste and flavour.
After the break, I try my hand at cooking noodles. I've got an absolutely fantastic dish today, very easy to make. 3 little exercises you have to do, and you've got a meal that everyone will love. And the other good thing about it, you can add what you want to into the final dish. This is simply made with these fantastic, and they seriously are fantastic, noodles. You tip them out of the packet. We'll do that first, and you add some boiling water to them and leave them for around about 3 minutes. I've already pre-cooked the chicken. Now, you don't really have to have chicken. You can have strips of beef or pork even. You can do it that way. We're using some olive oil to cook the chicken, so it's got a nice taste. A little bit of garlic when I cook those off first. And the rest of the dish is pretty simple. Capsicum, carrot, all in lovely thin matchstick sizes, and some onion cut into these wonderful wedges here. You can see that. But the secret ingredient is peanut paste. You're going to love it. Also vinegar and some soy, and I've used light soil. And of course I can't make a dish without beautiful chilli and garlic and ginger. Well, as I said, I've already cooked the chicken and we're going to do the vegetables next. A little bit of olive oil, splash that in. They don't skimp on olive oil, really use a reasonable amount. If I've learned anything from Adam, it's extra olive oil. So we'll put the onion in, so a little bit of garlic, and also today I've got this G-Fresh chilli. This is going to be good because I've got a super taster. So that's starting to cook away on the induction. The onion's going to be sort of a fairly feature vegetable of this whole dish because it's going to be nice and big, those sort of sections. We'll put in the capsicum next, and that's a beautiful carrot More about that later. While that's going, back over here to the noodles. Let's have a look at those. They're really starting to break up now. These are actual fresh noodles. They really are fresh. And they're packed, and all you have to do is add that boiling water. It's really fantastic. Okay, this is coming away pretty well over here. Oh, you can smell that. Wonderful. I'm just going to add a little bit more ginger to it to add that flavour, that lovely Asian flavour. Then I'll take the chicken back to the pan, mix that in, and of course the secret ingredient, the peanut paste, the vinegar and the soy. And then the final application, joining them all together with the noodles, the beautiful, fantastic noodles, turning them over and plating it up, and that is your very, very easy noodle dish. Now, I did mention I'm having someone very special to test my dish, and it's Fiona. Hi, Fiona.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you for letting me use your beautiful kitchen. Come in and try
pleasure.
this out. Do you like noodles?
I do.
I like the way with this dish, you can really add what you like to it. I mean, you could have...
They're beautiful. It's divine.
Thumbs up? Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. And thank you for your kitchen. It's been fantastic. Now, I'm pretty excited about my dish, but just wait, Michael, he's the master of all these sorts of dishes. He's coming up with a wonderful blue swimmer stir fry. This would have to be so many people's favourite dish. Fresh crab cooked the way we're going to cook
Absolutely.
it.
We've done chili before, but this is black bean, especially for the Baker family. Now, Michael, you're wondering why I've got the rock?
Yeah, well, that's a lovely rock. Where did you get that from?
Now, it was on the beach by the rocks because that's how I prepared all these crabs. See how I've broken them up?
Is that what you were doing?
So what you do to prepare, this is a male blue
You're
swimmer.
talking to someone down there.
Well, it's only the seagull. You pull that away.
Yeah.
Okay, it takes out everything. Then you take off the, these are the gills.
Yep.
Okay.
And some people use the mustard.
Yes, you do. I'm going to keep that as well.
What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to just stir fry because it'll cook up. Then I'm going to break off the legs like this.
Yep.
Okay. Cut the clusters in two with a very sharp knife.
Right. I'll hold the table.
Got it, yeah, because it's on. You've got to see how it's supported. And then, this is what I did. Cut these in half. Right.
Oh.
Break it in half. And then,
Oh, look at that.
excuse me.
Here we go.
Mallet. There's no cost for this one.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That.
Yep. And because that adds to the taste. You know, that rock's been, what, down here for a few thousand years?
I think it has.
It's got a certain flavour.
And when you finish with the rock, just rock it away.
And bad luck about the seagull behind
Yeah,
it.
sorry. Now, Michael, we've got peanut oil in there, about 2 tablespoons. We've got a quarter of a teaspoon of sesame oil.
Teaspoon of garlic and ginger mixed.
Or pre-mixed, so so we're going to cook that up.
And just before you put the chilli in, I'm just going to put a few green ones in.
Okay, I've also got 1.5 onions. This recipe calls for about 4 crabs, but we've got about 6 crabs in this.
And there's the chilli. Look, hot as you like, or no heat at all.
So there's a bird's eye chilli, and I'm just going to, well, the oil's pretty hot. We're just going to let that sort of cook.
Now, the real black bean they use in Asia is called adzuki, but this is the smoky one you buy. That's called a Mexican black bean, and it really does taste like mushrooms, very salty, of course, and smoky, very, very smoky. And what they do to make this, which is what we're going to use, they ferment the beans, they probably get a bit pongy, soy, a whole lot of other gear in it, and bingo, some garlic, and it comes out like that. And it has the most, now that is beautiful, you'll love it.
Now, Michael, we need to add the sake. We've got a little bit of Japanese flavour in this.
Here's the sake.
Yeah, I reckon.
All the sake?
I reckon I would. Yeah.
And the black bean?
Yeah, we need 2 tablespoons of the black bean sauce.
Now, I reckon because there's more...
I reckon about 3.
They're going to be
Good on
generous
you.
ones, I reckon.
And we're just in a little bit of water because what we're going to do is we're going to cook the crabs. They'll take a while.
A little there.
There we are.
6 minutes now.
Okay, at the sound of the bell. Okay, look, I reckon, Michael, that is it.
So you're going to take them out of there.
Yep, and then we're going to thicken up the sauce. And look how I can smell it, Michael. That black bean. Just pour that in, and I'll thicken it up very quickly. That's 2 teaspoons of corn flour with water. Look, love it. You can see all those beautiful ingredients.
Love is in the air.
Yeah, and now, Michael.
When you get the black bean crab.
Now, let me just grab it.
Look at that, right?
I can pour it on top. It's very, very hot.
And this is going to be good to the camera, that's the shot.
Oh. There we are. Michael, Grant's blue swimmer crabs in a stir-fried black bean sauce, not Baker's.
I can tell you that crab stir fry was delicious. And here's one of the ingredients that we love to use in our stir fries: onions. Thousands and thousands of them being processed at Zavrella Fresh in South Australia's Mallee region. Now, if you've ever wondered where all our onions come from, well, here's your answer. Onions can be stored until they're ready for market. And when you watch this process line, it's almost hypnotic with all those onions bobbing along.
Now, I've never seen so many onions in my life, and I have to pick out one for Adam. Look at that. No, I reckon one's come here. That'll do, it's a beauty.
And here's another remarkable sight for an old gardener like me: carrots being harvested. This mechanical harvester just scoops them out of the soil and into the filled bins. I'm told that this operation goes on almost every day when the carrots are ready to harvest, supplying fresh food markets all around Australia. We've seen the highly mechanised operations for digging potatoes and carrots, but here's another delicacy that grows in the ground: truffles. And it couldn't be a greater contrast with how they're harvested. Now, at a recent truffle festival in Melbourne, they showed how dogs sniff out the delicate smell of the truffles so that they can be dug up from close to the surface. Now, these little nuggets of black gold are actually a fungus, a relative of the mushroom. Their claim to fame is their distinctive taste that's become very popular in our cooking. You can see the diversity of recipes that feature truffles. Quite often, it's just a shaving of the truffle onto the dish that's enough to create that very unique flavour.
Coming up after the break, I'll use these truffles to make something very special. Today I'm going to be cooking one of my midweek favourite pastas, gnocchi with taleggio, soft herbs, truffle and an onion. So Michael, I need an onion.
There's the onion on sun.
Beautiful.
Now, what else?
Nothing else, you can bugger off now. I don't need another thing from you, mate, just let me cook. That's it, thank you, Michael. Good work. So really, look, the great thing about onions, if you cook them nice and softly and slowly, they go from that sharpness to this beautiful sweet flavour. So that's what I've done here. I've cooked off my onions in some butter and olive oil just for about 5 minutes. So they just collapse down. I need to put them there, keep them warm. Gnocchi, beautiful little pasta dumplings into my boiling water. They're only going to take about 3 minutes. And they go, lid back on. Taleggio, beautiful Italian cheese made from cow's milk. Quite pungent on the nose, quite, bitey, but it's really soft and tasty. So I'm just going to break that into little pieces. No need to cut today. We've done all the cutting with the onion beforehand. Just going. Now, soft herbs. I got some dill today. Just pick the little prongs. You don't have to spend too much time with this. Also, just got some flat leaf parsley. If you've got curly parsley, same thing, no problems. And all I'm doing is just picking those leaves like so. Put them to the side. Truffle. Worth the money, okay? This is a beautiful winter truffle from Tasmania, the black one. I'm just gonna slice it really finely with my knife. Just shaving it is all I wanted to be doing. Okay, off with that. Gnocchi, straight out of the water. I'm just gonna pick them up, strain off that water, and in with my onions. Keeping a little bit of that water because it will just help form the sauce once the taleggio starts to coat the pasta. Now, whilst that's hot, in with the soft herbs, in they go. A little bit more butter. Just let that. Now, taleggio, in with the taleggio as well. So it's really nice and quick. Some good olive oil here, Bovolina extra virgin, just a splash. Just get that nice. Bit of seasoning as well. This is pretty much almost done. Just gonna make sure that my onions are folding through. Don't forget my thyme. So just the sprigs off the top, in they go. If you had lemon thyme, beautiful as well. Works really well with this dish. The taleggio is just sticking all over the gnocchi. And the onions from before that I've cooked off, nice and golden. Just to finish off, just put your little prongs of dill around it. Don't forget the truffle. And I just literally just drop them on there. Break them if you like, so everybody gets a little piece and try it. And there we go. There's my beautiful onion, soft herbs, taleggio, and truffle gnocchi pasta.
Now, after that beautiful gnocchi that Adam cooked up, I thought I'd see a movie with all my friends. No, look, I'm at the Mallee Cinema in Lameroo, and I can tell you, this cinema is state of the art. It really is. Right on. This place was in danger of closing down until the council and the community got together to purchase the latest technology for screening movies. Now, this place has been operating as a picture theatre for over 100 years, and I can tell you it brings back a lot of memories. Not the 100 years, but this is how I used to go to the movies in a picture theatre like this, and the films would be on reels like this, 35mm film. And in here would be two massive great projectors. Now, this has all been replaced now with the state-of-the-art digital projectors. It is just so different, so smooth, the latest in technology. And to give you an idea how it's changed, this used to be about the size of a trailer, the coming up movie next week, next Saturday afternoon, being replaced by this USB. Now that is just amazing. This picture theatre really is state of the art. So next time you're in Lameroo, come to the movies. Coming up, George is making Rizogolo. That's rice pudding to you and me.
Everybody might be thinking, how are we going to beat Adam's gnocchi with truffles? Well, Adam, I'm sorry, mate, but everybody, I'm about to share with you a recipe that is a family favourite of mine, and it's called Rizogolo. And what we need for this is a few basic ingredients. Now, we start off with 3 cups of water. We have 1 litre of milk, a cup of medium grain rice, 1 cup of caster sugar, a tablespoon of vanilla sugar. Then we also have a little bit of corn flour, about a heaped tablespoon of corn flour, and a bit of cinnamon to finish it off. What we do to start with, we get ourselves a saucepan, we put our cup of rice in here, and then get the water in here. And we bring that to a boil and let it come to a boil and go for about 10 minutes so that the rice actually absorbs the water.
After the rice has been boiling for 10 minutes, I add the milk and bring to a simmer. Then I add the caster sugar, vanilla sugar, and corn flour. I then keep stirring it until it thickens nicely. Then sprinkle cinnamon over the top. There you have it, Rizogolo, a perfect match with gnocchi.
Well, that's our program for today. We've looked at potatoes, carrots, onions, truffles, Michael's fantastic blue swimmer crab stir fry, and George's sweets, and even my noodles. Fantastic. We'll see you next time. Visit us on outofthebluetv.com or like us on Facebook. Most people just have it, oh, that's very nice. You're only allowed to try it once.
Nice.
You stretch your noggin into it. Then you have breakfast. Out of the Blue proudly brought to you by San Remo. We're family.